Hello, today's video will be about batteries, silver oxide button cell batteries. You may wonder why. Well, because I noticed something very interesting with the last products I am using, and of course, as you may expect, they come from China. It's not a problem if they come from China by itself, but there is a problem when the product quality or the manufacturing process is flowed in a certain way. And I'm going to show you precisely what I'm going to talk about. So first of all, this is um, Comsan LR44 battery, which shows quite some issues. As you may notice, it's kind of bulged and unfortunately it's vented. So it's not a good battery, and this one shows the same bulge. So it's clear that there is an issue with how these batteries are produced. I have not seen such problems for a long time, and probably even in the 90s or early 2000s, this was not kind of common. So it points at a particular manufacturing process, a particular chemistry that is being used in these batteries, probably for cost reasons that create these issues. Why this is important? Because in general, small devices may be quite fragile. So if you have having a bulging battery, it may affect the case, which is quite important. Now, in this case, two batteries have gone like that, and they are more than 2 years old. But this is not an issue because keep in mind, such batteries should be able to withstand this amount of use with no problem. And of course, they weren't discharged. This is why you can see the markings on themselves. They still delivered quite a good amount of current. I think they were tested some months ago, less than 4 months ago, and they were showing quite good current carrying capabilities. However, they failed in this way, and of course, this one doesn't show any current at all. And of course, you may think, oh, those are Comsan batteries. They are manufactured in China, and the brand is Chinese, so you can expect it to be poor. Yes, but unfortunately, also batteries that are having a brand and they are licensed can be or are built under a licensed brand can also have these issues. I wasn't expecting stellar performance from these Kodak batteries because Kodak is actually a brand that is just slapped on many products and you can have a varying level of quality. It's not the Kodak you may remember from or you may know about from 20 or 40 years ago when they were still manufacturing quite well. However, let's look at the battery itself, and as you can notice, it leaked, and this is very bad. I think this is the worst thing you can expect in a product, not only that it bulges, but the fact that it releases the electrolyte, and this is actually unacceptable. This is a small AG1 battery, or I think it's the equivalent of LR377, if I remember correctly. As you can see, even if we are a little past the expiry date, it's the first month of 2023 and the battery was manufactured in the first month of 2020. This battery, and of course 2 months off, this battery was clearly showing such an issue 2 years after it was manufactured, or 2 years, 3 years after it was manufactured. So the expiry date actually came and battery was probably leaking at that time, which is showing quite a serious issue in terms of trust and confidence of using such batteries. And you can already see my markings on the amount of current that was delivered by the battery, which of course is in short circuit, which is of course enough for this purpose. But keep in mind, a battery that leaks, and I have to say that this one leaked plenty in simple wristwatch is actually unacceptable. And this is the amount of quality that is being sold under the Kodak brand. So you may find it very interesting that this can happen. It's made in China and distributed by Strand Europe. It's quite clearly done by, it's quite clearly built under a license for Kodak in order to use the brand name, but the brand name doesn't mean anything. So Kodak batteries, yes, of course. Very, very poor quality. Made in China and distributed by. They don't even mention who was the manufacturer. In general, this is a common practice of manufacturers not to specify whom are the suppliers, but in this case, I think it's very bad. So yes, what all of this means? Probably try to buy from the few manufacturers that could be still in the business of making such batteries, such as Venata from Switzerland, which haven't shown in, I think, more than 15 years. I have been using their batteries, any sort of problem like leaking, and they are having very good durability. I think their products can be used for around 3 years in a typical watch, which of course is not the case with batteries that may last only 1 year or 1 year and a half, as it was probably the case with this battery. And you can also add probably Balta that still manufactures batteries, Energizer, Duracell, or the Japanese manufacturers such as Mitsubishi, if you can find them, Sanyo, and others. But in general, do not buy brands that may seem to be still popular, because as in this case, you're going to end up with unacceptable products, to be still kind in my assessment. All right, so this is what all this video was about. So try to avoid Kodak batteries, try to avoid batteries that are made by Comsan and probably many other brands, because they can be sold. This battery may still be built by Comsan, but we don't know that, and we have no way of knowing. However, this is what matters. Be very careful with what kind of batteries you buy. Buy good batteries, even if they are more expensive. You're going to thank yourself later when your product is not going to have structural damage to it due to batteries that are bulging, or have serious issues due to corrosion as a result of a leaked silver oxide electrolyte battery. Alright, so I think this is where the video ends. Be careful and do not look for brands that are clearly not the manufacturers. Okay, thank you very much and have a pleasant week.